of the offshore oil reserves in Nigeria owned by Chinese. There are about 50,000 Chinese in Nigeria alone, much more than the British colonialists in Nigeria during independence. Okay, today trade volume between China and Africa is $59 billion, third only to the United States and France. Okay, China is Africa's third largest trading partner today, with about $59 to $60 billion in trade. Okay, and this is a large sum of money. The Tanzam Railway, that carries goods from the port of Dar es Salaam to Zambia and the rest, and copper from Zambia to the port in Dar es Salaam, was built by the Chinese free of charge.
So that they could get that,
exactly. So they
could get those products.
Landlocked African countries can have access to the sea. That was when the Portuguese were in control in Mozambique. So in case they didn't allow, Zambia and Rhodesia to export through Mozambique, then they can go through, ship it through this. The Chinese did that, and free of charge. Now, in 2000, the first forum on Sino-African relationship was held, in Beijing, with over 48 African presidents attending. Before you normally have Franco-Africa Summit. Every year, France and these African groups have a meeting. Now, China and Africans
all get together.
The first one was in 2000. The third one was in 2006. And in fact, after the 2006 meeting, President Hu Jintao of China said, hey, China is going to give African countries about $3 billion in grants and loans, and about $2 billion, in credits, export credits for them to, import Chinese goods. And so that's where the relationship stands today. You have about almost 10,000 Chinese medical personnel in Africa today. Doctors and nurses in Tanzania, in Zambia, in Mozambique, in Somalia, in Ethiopia.
All over Africa.
You name it, exactly. And in fact, the copper industry in Zambia now is controlled by the Chinese. Yeah, after it collapsed, the Chinese came into resuscitate. So they run the copper business now in Zambia.
My goodness.
Yeah. So their economic interest in Africa now is very extensive, and this is causing some problems and some anxiety, between the United States and France and Britain.
I would imagine that it should be high anxiety.
Exactly. Very high anxiety, because the Chinese most of the time give loans to African countries on basis that the United States and France could not. You see. And most of the oil now in the Sudan, in Nigeria, in Angola, in Gabon, France is, China is competing.
Dr. LMadu, let's make preparations for this this second commercial break. After we come back, we want to see if we want to deal with the implications of all of these things, because it seems to me that in view of all of the oil that's flowing and the relationship that we have with these other countries, that China really plays a very, very significant role, but nobody seems to say anything about the relationship between Africa and China, even though it's a very crucial kind of relationship.
That's correct.
And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break. The topic is the implication